Hello, what's good, YouTube? It's currently 11 minutes past 8 p.m. UK time, Friday the 17th of November 2023. Apologies for the slight delay. There was a bit of traffic in my city, in Manchester. Okay, let me just check everything's working on the YouTube, the tube of views, tube of views, tube of views. Let them know it's working. Working on the YouTube, the tube of views, tube of views. Okay, I'm also gonna make it full screen. I learned how to take away this little pesky thing. Let me just make it full screen. Full screen layout. Boom. Tube of view. I learned how to take away this little pesky thing. Take away this little pesky thing. All right, amazing. We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. Okay, yo. What's good, people? It's your boy Fadlan
Hi, bro.
Effendi, aka NinjaTea.
How's it going,
Here
bro?
with what's up, Keish?
I'm blessed, bro. All is well, man. How's it going?
Top of my game. We give
Alive,
thanks to the
alive.
Most High. So your favorite trio is back again. Myself, Keison, Rigg, and the GOAT, Mr. Hardin. Welcoming some new faces here. We've got Emmanuel Simpson, aka Italian Ghanaian rapper called Blackson, who is yet to release music yet on the blockchain. But I went to his wedding, so can we just congratulate the new homie? I told him everyone gave him cash on the wedding, but I told him I'm going to give him some crypto. So we all welcome our new participant today. So, it's welcome to another episode of NFT Fridays, which is a free weekly webinar covering everything and anything non-fungible tokens, metaverse related, etc., etc. Just make sure everything's streaming on the YouTube. 1 second. Okay, so to get to our free webinars, go to blockchain.sensei on Instagram. Make sure that you spell blockchain and send sensei correctly, as there are lots of fake accounts trying to steal your money. Click the link in our bio. And we are streaming Mondays, Fridays, and Sundays. Sundays, we do a show called Technically Speaking with typically the homie BitBlonde, who's out in New York. She's doing some cool things over there. Fridays, we do NFT Fridays. Mondays, we do our legendary show, The Game, which has been running every single Monday, 8 p.m. till 9:30 since summer 2020. When you click the link in our bio, it will take you to something that looks like this, and it's just a top link. Mondays, Fridays, Sundays, 8 p.m. plus. Replays and live streams also on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and soon to be Binance Live. But we do recommend that you come into the webinars because there is things that happen in the webinar that don't happen online. AK, we usually chat for a bit before we go live, and often we have secret 5 to 10 minute Q&A power circles when we close the stream. So that's why you should come to the actual Zooms. Before getting started with this weekly webinar, where we will be sharing some amazing recent October 2023 data sets on non-fungible tokens, there is a quick disclaimer which we must do. Quick disclaimer, terms and conditions. All content is for education, information, and entertainment purposes only, and it should not and never be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy, sell, hold any assets, nor place any trades. Please always do your own work, guys. Yes, sir. Our content is intended and should only be used for informational and or entertainment uses only. It is very important to do your own analysis, do your own reading, form your own opinions. Okay, critical thinking, the world is lacking. Before making any investments, which should be based on your own individual circumstances. Okay, if you've got child support, go pay that before you buy Bitcoin. All right, pay your rent, pay your bills, pay your credit cards. You should always take independent professional advice from a professional advisor. Keison, Rigg, Michael Hardin, Emmanuel Simpson, aka Blackson the Great, Saint Jerome. Anyone in this Zoom, is anyone a financial advisor? Dub him. Any financial advisors? No. Or forever hold your peace. Alternatively, independently research and verify all and any information you may find in our show and other people's shows as well that you may wish to rely upon with you wish to make an investment decision or otherwise. All investments come with what, guys? All investments come with risk, so please do your own research. Neither myself, Keison, Rigg, Dubbin, St. Jerome, the great brother Blackson, Dubbin, or anyone in this webinar, as far as we're aware, are financial advisors. However, we're working in collaboration with several accredited advisors, several accredited investors, several accredited financial professionals, including but not limited to crypto, tax, accounting, and other professional services. If you're unable to mitigate your risk, then let us know immediately so we can refer you to an accredited financial advisor, financial consultant, investor, all those people with the piece of paper that we don't have. Okay. Okay. Are we back on the Zoom? Let's make sure we're back on the Zoom.
We're here.
We're back on the Zoom. We there yet? We there yet? One sec. Can be a bit fiddly. Make sure we're back on the Zoom. We're here. Okay, we're here. We're here. We are on the Zoom. We are on the Zoom. We are on the Zoom. Alrighty. So we've got a pretty crazy report for them, have we not, gentlemen?
Yeah, man, this one's an interesting one. Today we're gonna really be breaking down the NFT markets and sort of see where we're at currently. A lot of very interesting data that a lot of it ties back to what we've been saying across the game for many years, to be honest with you. So it's really interesting to see, you know, things come to pass, things come true, right? So yeah.
Yes, sir. Big ups to Mr. Harding for always having the alpha on the pluggy plug for the reports. I believe we agreed that you were going to take the first third of this report, Mr. Harding. Or was it Keish?
I'm the last word.
You're the last one, yeah. I know I'm second for sure. Oh, he's saying give us a moment. He's saying give us a moment. Yeah, this one's a treat. There's a lot of data in here.
Yeah, man, definitely. Hey, this report is a nice one. Very clean. Don't mind the design of it. Design of reports, like some of them just they ain't really hitting it for me. The color palette in this one's not really popping for me, but it's quite clean. So yeah, man.
Yo, what just happened? Oh, we're
I'm
still
always
there.
looking at the
Carry on.
design, man. But yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that
Oh,
has been
it's audio.
happening in the markets and whatnot of recent, but the NFT markets, without even looking at the report, this has felt quite dormant. You know, the communities, the word on the street. You know, there's not really been a lot of stuff buzzing. Only a couple things I've heard. You know, with the Bored Apes collabing with Bape. A few little collabs here and there. You know, those are sort of things that I've seen popping up. But you know, I'm not crazy heavy in the NFT scene, but it hasn't reached me. Is what I'm trying to say. You know, Mike, can you hear us? You there? I don't know if his audio is working yet.
It's loading up the report now. Hold up.
Okay, sweet, amazing. But yeah, man, like the NFT market is quite interesting, man. But yeah, today we're gonna break down quite a lot of key details that, like I said, just tie into everything that we've been saying quite tremendously. And yeah, on this one, it's gonna be a good breakdown. After this, you'll have a good understanding of the NFT markets and the markets as a whole, really, and how that has affected the NFT sector, and a little bit more about the breakdown of what is in the different NFT sectors and how those have been affected as well. So yeah, it's going to be a really good one. But
do we have any?
Not quite yet. Do we have any NFT holders in the building?
You got to make me host, broski.
Oh yeah, one second.
Yeah, I've got one, but is not something that I'm planning to cash on.
Yeah. Okay, so is it more of just a collectible type, digital collectible?
Yeah, because it was like a gift from like a company that does like clothing.
Dope. That's cool.
And so basically, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, bro.
Is my background noise too loud?
It's like a clothing line NFT.
No.
Basically, there were two. One was just a collectible. The other one was something related to I guess like a lifetime discount type of NFT, and basically by showing that, basically I can have like access to discount.
Nice.
Yeah, for lifetime basically.
Oh, that's great. That's a cool utility there. Yeah, man. I mean, myself, I'm not really heavy in the NFT game in terms of a collector of NFTs. I think I got under. I think I have like under 10 NFTs, I would say. So I wouldn't say that's a lot, considering how long I've been in the space and how much I've traded and whatnot. But
yeah, like I think I published like 2 or 3 songs, no, maybe more, on Audius. That basically was like a platform that transform your songs into NFTs.
NFTs, yeah.
But like that too as well, I think it's because I haven't built like a community around it that didn't make me like transform that into actual money.
Definitely, man. I think that's what a lot of the projects have to crack. They have to crack building the community, but also how do you get the community to generate and yield and also enjoy themselves at the end of the day as well. So it's a lot. A lot of pieces need to get put into place, and I think it's a difficult thing to pull off. Because of this great emergent technology, there's a huge demand and a huge bubble of people that are out here really trying to capture that. But I think it's been quite difficult for a lot of projects to harness that. But I think anything that's real world utility based as well, I think will always win. But I think it's really interesting to see how the space has grown and shaped, and to see it shaping and molding into what it is to come is really interesting. So I think there's going to be a lot more real world use cases coming. From looking at the space, seeing regulation coming in, there's not going to be a lot of these meme type things that have no utility, etc. Because these projects are not going to be the ones that will be surviving. So I think it's interesting, very interesting, and I think after this report, you're going to get a little bit more about what I'm saying. You're going to be like, oh damn, a couple of these points are black and white in this report here. So it's really good to break that down and go deeper. But
my laptop is struggles right now. I don't know what's going on. It's refusing to download. You know what? I'm just going to download the report again.
Yeah.
Do you want me to just share it from my side?
Nah, because it'll mess with the stream.
I don't mind sharing it on my screen. It's just that I'd have to just jump on my computer separately.
Nah, I'm downloading it.
Okay, cool. But I mean,
computer today.
Yeah, I'm on my computer right now, but it's just being so weird.
No worries, bro. It's all good, man. We'll get it sorted. But I think just do you have any other NFT holders? Ninja, you got a few NFTs, bro.
No, I got a lot of NFTs. I can't lie. I got a lot. I got about 50, 60.
How you feeling about
showing
now? Yeah, it's showing. Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's get into it. So, obviously, my part was doing the first couple of pages. So obviously, the main issue of this report is highlighting the fact that maybe some of the information that's out there in the markets are incorrect, as per usual. So obviously, there's one single blog post triggered everybody in the entire world to believe that the blog post and the article was in the end of September from DAP Gamble, and they cited that 95% of NFTs were worthless, and essentially that NFTs were definitively dead and buried. However, the on-chain metrics and stats suggest otherwise. Yes, a lot of projects are dead and irrelevant, but when you actually look at the metrics, it shows that a lot of the projects, and I've actually written paper notes here because I went old school. Come on. So a lot of the projects that are being calculated and people are claiming are what's dead are projects that were test collections, spam, and abandoned collections. So does that actually count? That's like saying that 95% of cars are inactive. Yeah, if you count all cars that are dead and off the road and like were test products, like of course. So I think a lot of the information is misleading because depending on how you analyze the on-chain data, you can see what you want to see, which is kind of data anyway, and that's statistics in a whole. Now, what's really interesting about that and why I say that is because this data as well is in the same kind of position. This data that we're going through here doesn't include any data from Binance, Cardano, Solana, or Flow. And if one of the biggest collections in the world ever is on Flow, that being NBA Top Shot, and it doesn't also include SoRare, which I think is crazy to think that this data doesn't include any of those. So yeah, that's that. So let's go a little bit further into my bit before my bloody laptop dies. Phone is not having it. Let's plug it in here. Okay, cool. So this is the metrics that I found really interesting. That there's been in the last month alone, there's been 2.5 billion transactions on Polygon, which, considering there's only 990,000 collections, that's pretty mad. But the other surprising one is the Bitcoin Ordinals. So Bitcoin Ordinals only has 1.8K collections, but yet has 95 million total transactions. So that shows if there's ever a place that's got activity and something going on, it's there. Now, how much of that is wash trading? How much of that isn't real?
Yeah.
We don't know. So then we look at the actual numbers. Let's look at the actual key numbers. So again, this is crazy to think that in the last month, there's been a total traded amount of 339 million US dollars have been traded in this sector in the last month. And again, what I found interesting is the amount of active wallets is 213K. So by my calculation, I always say 90% are bots. So that's probably about 21,000 active wallets globally have traded 339 million, which is pretty impressive. So there's an increase in the amount of active projects, up by 35%, holding periods up by 5%, and the amount of sales is up by 17%. So all kind of good numbers and good facts there. Especially when we keep going down further. The overall thing, which I think is a bit of an L for the last month, is the profit and loss. So profit and loss, there's been a total loss of 100 million. Now, what does that loss mean? That means that people are selling at a loss. So people are holding assets that are worth 500K, 600K, and they're getting an offer for 250K, 100K and selling. Now, the reason for that is financial distress in other areas. And do we know that people are under financial distress in other areas? Yeah, because people's interest rates on their mortgages, their commercial offices. Let's say, for example, you're a Web3 owner and you've got an office and your rent price has now gone up by 50% or 100%. Yo, you gotta sell. You gotta sell that punk. You gotta sell that Bored Ape to get where you need to get to with your business. So I think that also accounts for a lot of the selling.
Well, let me just say, if you need to sell your NFTs to pay your bills, you were way overexposed to begin with. That shouldn't need to be anyone's situation. Nobody should be in a position where they bought an NFT and they're financially now in a position where they don't have enough money, and the only way they can cover their money is by selling their expensive NFT at a loss. That is not a situation we want anyone to be in, for the record.
That's why people need financial advisors. And that is also why nobody's ever first asset should be a freaking NFT. We're like, no, this is where the financial illiteracy of people in Web3 shows. If their first asset and the only assets that they've got are crypto assets, that is not diversification. That is literally a recipe to get rugged. You're basically rugging yourself if your only assets are Web3 assets. So that's my thoughts on that. And you know how we feel strongly about that in this community. Anyway, so key events that happened this month, and again, when you look at the prices on these are pretty crazy. So on the 12th of October, we had 2,000 NFTs by Snowthrow, and they sold for 0.35. The Michelin Free Explorer Club, which is crazy value, sold for 0.05 ETH. And these actually allow you to get Michelin star meals for free. So I don't know how people can't see the utility in that. Like,
oh my gosh,
what's the current rate? Not even, what was the October rate for 0.05 ETH? Does someone work that out, please?
Well, it'll be like $100 because
So
it's
$100.
just because
to
it is
eat
approximately
400,
2K in it.
to
Yeah.
eat about £400 meals a day, or anytime you want, $100.
Yeah, it's a bit mad. It's a bit mad.
That's mad.
So people are missing absolute gems because they believe in the narrative. But here's the Michelin Free Explorer Club. As you can see here, it's partnered with both real and digital. It gives you tickets for F1 races, Michelin, and other things that Michelin has partnerships for, and also access to Michelin-starred restaurants, diners, exclusive motorsport, and heritage items. So that's a crazy one. So the supply was 5,000, but they only sold half of them. Then you've got the Conviction Scroll, 4,000. Assets sold 2,536. Then you got Snowthrow, which actually they sold out their complete collection, but this allowed you to actually mint Oracle Red Bull racing caps and use it in real life. And then the notable one that I thought was interesting is the Particle Pack. So this one sold out their collection, but what it allowed you to do is to go to the Luxor Hotel in Vegas and get a 360 view. Only people that held this got to take a 360 view from the Luxor Hotel, which is pretty crazy. The value that's on offer there. So that's kind of a little bit of my bit done there. I'm gonna hand over. Before we, I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna hand over. I'll chime in when necessary.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Harding. Thank you very much. All right, let's get on to my little bit.
Oh yeah, by the
All
way,
right.
that wasn't financial advice for anyone to go and buy any of those items. Do your own research.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, let's just make sure this is sharing on the YouTube because sometimes YouTube likes to cut me off when I share screen. Let's just make sure this is sharing on the YouTube. Okay, it is sharing on the YouTube. All right, so let's get to the next part of this report. Market overview. What kind of data does Ninja love? Macro data. Ninja loves macro data. So, global interest in NFTs. Okay, so this is a timeline from the 30th of July 2023 up until more recent times, the 22nd of October 2023. We can see that we got a spike around the 24th of September 2023 when it came to the global interest of NFTs. So let's start by noting. Well, it's about to let us know, right? Yes. Okay, makes sense. So let's start by noting that the interest rate is a value range from 0 to 100 created by Google, which gives a relative notion of the search volume on the search engine for a given topic. During the period analyzed, the peak activity of Google of the NFT theme was recorded on the 22nd of September 2023. This can be explained explained by the article Dap Gamble announced that 95% of NFTs were worthless. But funnily enough, it was around the same time that Pudgy Penguins released physical penguin toys in Walmart, which is the first NFT collection ever to do that at Walmart or such a retailer of such scale. Let's go down. So, country interest score. So it seems like we are lacking in the United Kingdom when it comes to most interested countries in NFTs. The interest score seems to be high in Saint Helena. What kind of country is Saint Helena? Is it like a super rich place or something? Is a remote volcanic? Is this where people like run off to do the offshore thing? Why is the NFT interest so high in this country? Mad. Could be, could be. I'm not too sure. But at number two, we got Laos, then Nigeria, China, South Korea, Hong Kong, Singapore, Japan, Philippines. I'm surprised Nigeria's not. Oh wait, Nigeria is here. Yeah, Nigeria's number three. So we've got high Bitcoin usage over there. Okay, so Western countries have largely disappeared from the top 20 NFT countries conducting the most searches on topics related to NFT. Only Switzerland, Latvia, and Slovenia. Switzerland, obviously, a tax haven where lots of rich people, well informed and connected with people. Also, Latvia and Slovenia. Shout out to my Eastern Europeans. They know, they know. The top countries by far is St. Helena Island for reasons still unknown. Hmm. Meanwhile, Asian and Southeast Asian countries dominate the rankings. Big ups, my Asians. China and Nigeria, which used to occupy the top two spots, are now in positions three and four. In general, the emerging trend is that developer countries show much stronger interest in NFTs than Western countries. I would also, just through my general knowledge and being Indonesian and having spent enough time in Asia, particularly Southeast Asia, I would link this towards like if you think we love the internet here in the UK, you've not met Indonesians. In Indonesia, they love the internet. They're just connected every single second. Like mobile gaming in Southeast Asia is way higher, so I can understand why they would take more interest in digital assets, especially because the GDP of those countries is poor. And then, you know, when it was a bull market and hella Filipinos were making entire livings off Axie Infinity, that kind of information spreads. So performance per segment, 3% in virtual worlds, 45% in collectibles, 23% art, 16% gaming. Gaming and utility. Sorry, go on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is clearly saying this is some kind of wishy-washy offshore place. St. Helena only has a population. Yeah, are you ready? 5,600 people. 7,000 plus followers on Instagram. All right, amazing, amazing. Alrighty, alrighty. So back to the report. Okay, so right now, when it comes to performance per segment, most of the performance is in collectibles, right? But this is going to shift. Well, it's already shifting into gaming and utility. Um, in our opinion, gaming it just makes sense. Like, there's people have been making digital assets on games since the start of the millennial, right? RuneScape and that 2003. People understand, like, you can catch Pokemon on Game Boy. Like, gaming, it just makes sense, right? Utility is, in my opinion, going to be the one day, if I could speculate, the biggest revenue performance sector in NFTs, because it makes the most sense. Like, every ticket in the world, plane ticket, concert ticket in the future, it makes sense for that to be an NFT, right? Um, so distribution of unique, yeah. So distribution of unique active wallets. So 79% of active wallets, out of all the active wallets that have NFTs, 79% of those NFTs in those active wallets are merely collectibles. As we can see, we have huge room to grow for utility in gaming. Okay, yeah, yeah. 1% was virtual lands, and fortunately, we have some exposure to some lands in the no 1%, 1%, no 1% of the world, 1% of active NFT wallets. So it's like if you know, you know, you know. You know what I mean? One of them ones. Like, I ask the average NFT holder, do you have any metaverse land? Most people say no. Wait, there's only 327 people on the planet with virtual land. Okay. Well, where one of them then? That was summer 2021. Crazy. I forgot about that. So collectibles, total volume of USD traded. I mean, that doesn't look like a dead market. It's 244 million. You know what I mean? That's like this could compete with like the entire of FTSE. Yeah, add all this together. This is 300. This is 300 million put together. Let's crack on. Let's crack on. So, obviously, performance per blockchain, volume of USD traded per blockchain. As you can see, Ethereum obliterates everyone in the beep part, right? at, at three, at a third of $1 billion, right? In October 2023, that is so crazy. It's disgusting. A third of $1 billion. That's so much dough in a global recession. Oh my God. Right, volume of unique active wallets. Listen, I've never bought a Bitcoin ordinal, but I'm trying to be part of this number. I want to be part of that number. So in October 2023, Ethereum accounted for 98% of all blockchain activity analyzed in this data set. According to the Bro, you know what's crazy? Like, I literally called Monday's episode "Real Estate Data Sets" with Mr. Harding, and I used the word data set today, it's in this report. I want to see the Google trend for the word data set. This word is becoming more popular in the world, right? According to other sources, including if anybody wants a very, very, very quick tip on how to keep on top of these markets, are you ready for this ultimate life hack? Are you ready? Right? Get ready. Most people in this world in the morning, like when they wake up, the first thing they consume is what? Media, media, and news, right? The way you beat the matrix is download data before news. So before I even know what's happening in crypto news, I download the data of price action. Like I go to TradingView is one of the first places that I go to. TradingView, Dex Tools, CoinTrader Pro. Those websites, CoinMarketCap.com. Those websites are more important to me than almost any other site in the world, including social media. So if you just get away from the news first and just get data first, that's how you keep ahead. Um. All right. Okay. So according to this, sorry, go on. Yeah, man. Although you know me, this past 40 days, I've been a hermit on the charts. So like I know as soon as I wake up the price of everything. Although Polygon ranks second in terms of dollar value traded, the Ethereum sidechain accounts for just 1% of the volume traded on the mainnet. Okay. We can see that the blockchains at the bottom of the ranking had between 5,000 and 10,000 active wallets over the month for extremely low volumes ranging from $11,000 to $32,000. This tells us something about the type of assets in circulation of these networks, as in people just don't know. They just don't know the value of them, right? So performance marketplace. Let's get some more numbers. As we can see, had Blur did nearly 3x volume than OpenSea. And OpenSea is way more famous when it comes to the name. Blur have 6x less wallets, but 3x more trading volume. So that means people on Blur are 18x more active than people on OpenSea. It's a much more engaged community. It sounds a bit washy, yeah. Um, this is my oh, sorry. Sorry to be fair. All right, okay, so Blur, absolute champion for the volume of dollars. Oh look, Wash traded by a handful of users. Um, it's not clear. Um, all right. Okay, cool, 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 cool. With the colossal volume representing no less than 65% of total volume, Blur is the benchmark marketplace for NFT. If only this volume didn't cost overwhelmingly of wash trading. For those who haven't been following, the Blur marketplace is offering an airdrop of Blur token to wallets who perform the required actions. Okay, so what is an airdrop? An airdrop is basically the closest thing in this world to free money, right? It's basically where you get free crypto assets, typically crypto, but sometimes NFTs, by performing some actions. And then you can qualify. Um, Note that the requirements for obtaining the token have evolved over time, making offers, accepting offers, not listing assets on OpenSea. Um, Obviously, if you're going to offer people free crypto for doing things that don't cost them any money or little money, people are going to be incentivized to create robots that do these things automatically. A few days ago, it was announced that the season 2 of Blur airdrop would take place on the 20th of November, so we can expect even more activity in Blur in November, more bots. It's the 17th of November 2023, so it's happening in 3 days. Encouraging actions related to trading have always tend to pump volumes. The NFT 80. Sorry, dude, I can hear you. I can hear your TV, man. I can hear your TV. Amazing, amazing. Right, okay, cool. So, shouts to NFT 18 team. He wrote this report. In light of the two indicators shown opposite, we can already identify that the volume is suspect. Each wallet would have traded an average of $7,700 over the month, compared with just $440 per OpenSea wallet. Okay, get through the last little bit, and then we'll go over to Quiche. So, most dominant projects, we can see that Ethereum on Bored Ape take this huge cut. Then Mutant Ape, which is the same company anyway. Then D Gods, that I think they're on Polygon now. Exolana, yeah, yeah, I know. Bitcoin only takes this corner bit. So yeah, they boxed it all off. And the thing is, even this green bit is an Ethereum layer 2. Let's not pretend like this is a different chain. So it's not like this is a whole different chain. It's just an Ethereum layer 2 anyway. So yeah, and then look, it's only this that's not Ethereum. This tiny little bit. Right, last couple of pages from me, and then off to Quiche. Iconic Ethereum blockchain collectible projects continue to take the center stage in NFT markets. On the Polygon blockchain, which is an Ethereum layer 2 anyway, it was the Halloween themed collection in partnership with Reddit that largely dominated the blockchain activity. How did I miss that one? There was a spooky season Earth Reddit Halloween NFT collection. Ugh, industry moves too fast. Nobody told me. 20% of projects, mainly PFPs, which are pictures, accounted for approximately 8% of the total volume. Oh. That is insane. Anyway, scroll down. So I'll do 2 more pages and off to quiche. Median average evolution. Evolution of median average price over the past 3 months. What is this? Is this stuff like global NFTs? I don't know where you're taking an average or a median from what pool of what price of NFTs. Okay, so the global average median price of an NFT is right now $10, but it was $800 to $1,000 before. That's a bit mad. Okay. Um, this data corresponds to all blockchain currently analyzed by NFT 18, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Polygon, and Ethereum Optimism Base, which doesn't cover Flow that have NFT Top Shots, NBA, and doesn't have Solana. A few extremely high or low sales can have significant impact on the average, but not on the median. Okay, let's not get into this maths because I'm going to be here having too much fun by myself. Let me do one page. Sales, mints, and transfers. So as you can see, Polygon has had the most mints. This makes sense because minting on Polygon is cheap as chips compared to minting on Ethereum. So that makes sense. That makes sense. So the green is the transfers. So we can see mints on mints on Coinbase. What do you mean? Oh yeah. We can literally see there's been more mints on Base than there has been on Ethereum, and we can see that the Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin ordinals only make up for this tiny gray area here, they've been the most transferred. Yeah. Anyway, okay, let's not get lost in this maths. All right, page 32. Off to you, latte. Yeah,
Capital
Quiche with a capital K as co-host now. Boom.
capital K.
Okay, can you guys see me and hear my screen, or is it going just to me when I talk?
We can see you and we can hear you on my phone anyway. But someone needs to check the YouTube. Jerome, can you check the YouTube?
Yeah,
I got on the
we can
YouTube
see
just
you
to be face.
and the screen as well. We can see that.
You can see
Right,
both,
sick.
yeah?
Yeah.
On the YouTube. If we can, then we're golden. All right, then, guys. So we're gonna run through the highest sales of all time. Within the NFT space.
This is last month. This is just last month.
Okay, last month. Okay, basically, this is a little soft, right? I mean, you're gonna see a few of these. So we've got CryptoPunks here. This asset name right here. The price it sold for was 600, around about 600K, and it was a loss of 141K, right, for that sell. We had a Bored Ape. This Bored Ape right here. It sold for 397K, and that actually was a profit of 355K. Another Bored Ape pair, this sold for 303,000, and the profit was basically that. So this guy basically got it for free. It looks like might as well have got it for free.
See,
Really
people selling Bored
really-
Apes are making 300K. People
Yeah,
selling
that's-
anything else are making nothing.
That's
So this is
insane.
all these man in fucking St. Helena.
That's a big fact. So CryptoPunks right here, that's a 200K loss, 250K. So this guy spent quite a bit of bread, and then had a 200k loss right here, essentially, which is insane again.
Big L.
And right here, another one. I haven't heard about this one, to be honest with you. Water Glink. Minus 150k in the loss on this sell. But now, if we look at this right here, this sentence right here, you can see the susness, right? This is where it gets sus. Okay, so
Man
this is
called it a sauce list. Oh my god.
this is the way you see the susness. It gets sus.
Oh,
Yeah.
sauce list. Right.
Yeah. Don't confuse the conversation, right? So basically, Gremlins, crypto toads, right? They sold for around 2 million, yeah. But as a sell, in a complete sell with Outlier, the average price was around about $1,800 over the past few weeks, right? So if that's an average price of $1,800 and there's something selling for 2 million, what's going on over there? What's going on?
Saucy
Right?
backer sales.
Saucy stuff going on over there. The money's getting cleaned up for NFTs.
2 mil, yeah? Okay, all right.
Little 2 mil when it should have been under $2,000, right? What's going on here? So as you can see, of course, there's been a huge frenzy for the Bored Ape Yacht clubs, and if you're looking here, there's real money being made right here, which is incredible. So moving on, let's actually have a look at the active projects per blockchain. And I think this is a very interesting one. Obviously, we see every day, if you're on CoinMarketCap, you'll see the amount of projects that are actually on chain. So we have a total here 45,500 projects. And as you can see, Ethereum has a huge share on that right there. That's 34,000 out of 45,000, on Ethereum, right? And then if we're looking at in September, you can see that there's actually a huge sort of growth within and a huge difference in the growth as well across. But if you see on the Polygon here, there's been a lot of huge amount of growth in terms of project at a huge 55% in September. And then overall you can see, Ethereum is of course dominating, but the average growths are around about 30%. And I think Polygon is seconding, as we saw with the domination chart, but their growth is looking good in terms of the amount of projects that are coming from them there. And yeah, and obviously Bitcoin as well. It's quite interesting to see a few projects coming from them and a little bit of growth, at 38%, around about 30%, 35%. So on average, so that's quite interesting. But yeah, as you see, there's around 35% active projects across all blockchains analyzed here. And October saw 4% more active projects than September, which is quite interesting. And month on month, the expectation of Polygon, which is an impressive 25% increase of active projects, raising its percentage to 80%. So there's been a lot of recent active projects building out on Polygon, which is interesting. So let's move on and go down to have a look at the holding periods. So this is something that is very vital and something that can actually show you really and truly what's happening within the market, and actually in terms of market trends and cycles, the actual activity and like the trading activity of NFT holders. So right here you can see that there's been a huge sort of spike in the holding periods, right? Obviously throughout this bear market time, and throughout this year as well, from the start of the year.
That means obviously if people are holding longer, it means it's harder to sell unless you're trying to sell something for 2 million, and then all of a sudden magically someone in St. Helena pops up and goes, "Yeah, I'll buy that off you for 2 mil."
Exactly. Yeah. So basically, as you can see, it's becoming extremely difficult to sell. So NFT holders obviously are not really trying to sell at a loss. So majority of the holding period has been increased over this period of time, as you can see. And then if we go down through here and have a look at actually the profits and losses. This is where you actually see that throughout this time as well, peaking into the year as well, the profit and losses. There's been a lot more losses than profits, and this is exactly why we see that prolonged holding period right here. And what a beautiful time it was in 2022. Oh, what a beautiful time it was, eh? Anyway, okay, so cool. So if we're looking at the actual trading activity in terms of the buying and selling of the volume that is flowing through the NFT marketplace, we can see this is the profitable and unprofitable trades, and they're quite, to be honest, it's quite head to head. In my opinion, you can see that they're very, very, they're almost mimicking each other, which is quite interesting to see. So in my opinion, this shows that people don't know what they're doing, because if there's selling and buying happening in this almost the same successions, people are confused, right? In my opinion. But as you can see, the volumes are looking quite interesting as well, touching up to 600,000 up here, and yeah, I think that this had a huge drop off here coming into around March-ish. And then right now, as we can see, we are almost coming to a crossover, but it's looking like there's a lot more unprofitable trades, just like mentioned before. So in previous months, there were over 20,000 more sales at loss than at profit. But this trend is reversed in October, and is very slightly higher volume of sales at profit than loss. So that's what we're seeing over here. And we're still a long way from almost 600,000 loss-making sales recorded, basically. So that was the number of sales, essentially. So yeah, now if we're looking at a little bit deeper in on that and looking at the profits and loss per segment over time, I think this is when it gets really interesting, because I think that majority of the market is collectibles, right? So what does that mean? People are just holding it just to hold it and feel special, right? Art, similar thing, but over time it has more appreciation. This is all my opinion. Real world, virtual worlds, as you know, that's the 1%, so that's a very small amount. But in my opinion, these are the futurists and the people that are ahead of the game, in a sense, and exposing themselves to potential large growth in the future. Utility now, this is my best friend. I love utility, right? We love utility over here at Blockchain Sensei. And the reason being is because it's backed by real things that actually have real tangible value. And this is where that is very important. And then gaming, I have a lot of opinions about the gaming sector, but I would say generally, it's in the Web3 space currently is hit and miss, because there's not enough incentivization for the user base and for people in the gaming space. But if we look at here, we can see the capital, and generally it's at a loss as well right here, and the profits are just peaking up here. So as you can see, which we'll delve into a little bit later, I'll show you a little bit better on a pie chart. The collectibles, they're just floating around in loss, right? Yeah, it's just the, what do you call this, the Loch Ness monster of loss, right? If you go up here and we're looking at art actually peaked and had some of its best times. It was the most profitable out of all of the NFTs, which makes complete sense in my opinion. I mean, I think that the NFT space that we're in currently makes the most sense for the art world and people that have been within art for many years. So this makes complete sense to me. But then that was a peak where it had a huge drop off right here, and now it's sort of leveled out, which is very interesting, and I think is actually very healthy for a market. If you look at a market doing this, you don't want it to be doing this all of the time. You need to have these level out times and periods for a market to be healthy. But if we see over here in the gaming sector, the gaming sector's just about floating up to being profitable.
People telling me we live up to, we really live up to your name. Oh, thank you. Apparently, guys, we live up to our names as blockchain senseis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of an event, just wrapping up at the moment. But right, I'm gonna go, guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna speak
Many
to you.
blessings.
See you
Bro,
later.
take care,
Bye, bye,
take
bye,
care.
bye.
See you.
Enjoy,
Bless,
man.
bro.
Enjoy.
That's the goat. That's the goat. The goat's exited. It's all good, man. But yeah, if you're looking at virtual world sales as well, they're peaking up as well, which is quite interesting. But generally, you can see during this period now, coming into from October, November, and just peaking into our times that we're in now, these markets have leveled out essentially and are settling. I wouldn't call it profitable because this is minus 10 mil, this is 10 mil, but it's like somewhat getting into a profitable state, and seeing that it's leveling out there is very good and healthy for market. So basically what I'm saying is the collectibles market is not healthy. Look at it. It's fluctuating and it's not profitable. So we can actually see that if we go further and have a look at this pie chart here. So if you're looking at the distribution of the loss per segment, you can see that out of all of the capital, I need Ninja's brain to calculate this capital together. 10 mil plus 3 mil plus 5, that's 20, 23 plus 70. Okay, cool. That's like 96 million, right? So it's about, let's call it 100 mil. I've done all right, innit? I've done all right.
Yeah.
Not Ninja, but I've done all right.
Just
Anyway,
100 more.
Yeah, basically just under 100 mil right here. But if you're looking at that, over 70%, right? So 74 million, of that is collectibles in loss, right? And if you look at the other sector that had the largest loss, which makes sense because the art sector had a peak and then dropped down, right? Is actually the art sector here. So if we're looking at virtual worlds, they had a little bit of a loss compared to obviously collectibles and other sectors. It's not very large, but I think that this is quite interesting, right? Because I mean, at Blockchain Sensei, from when NFTs came out, and the markets and stuff we've been saying that PFPs are not really the one. We need to have projects that have real utility and real use case behind it, and it's evident, right? You can see the collectibles they're not really profitable. They're not doing well, right? So if we're looking at the data here, you can see that utility projects, they're having a small loss, and gaming is very similar. I mean, it's 5.6 million utility, 5.9 in gaming. So the loss is quite similar here. And as you can see, this chart definitely reflects that. As you can see, they're all here together leveling out. And this is down here, the Loch Ness monster. You don't want to go having a swim in a pond with this beast right here. You want to be nice up here with this blue leveling out in this nice sea. You don't want to be in this smog, right? So almost 100 million lost in resale in October alone, right? So with these two factors in mind, it was easy to deduct that the collectible segment had the highest volume of losses on resale, with almost 3/4 of losses recorded for Farah. For 75 million loss exclusively in this segment. So yeah, essentially a huge loss in that segment. And as you can see, art, which accounts for 7% of traded volume, nevertheless responsible for 10% of total losses recorded of crypto art. So you can also see the metaverse segment, which represents only just 1% trading of traded volume in October, accounted for 4% of the resale losses. So it's very interesting to see, things that we've been saying about projects without utility, without any use case, basically failing, right? And especially in the market conditions that we're in now, right? Because what do they have to offer for user base, for other companies, for partnerships, etc.? What are they actually bridging, and what value are they actually bringing? And as you can see, heavy losses. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the most profitable projects and As we covered, Pudgy Penguins, beautifully, it's at the top sitting here. This is a total profit and loss of 600, basically just a little bit under 700,000, and the average profit at resale of 1,400, right? So if we're looking at the average profit, I just want to go right over here because, this is absolutely insane. They have a total profit and loss, right, of 127,000, right? But the average profit at a resale was 63,000. Average profit at a resale, which is really interesting. But then again, this is a collectibles, right? Cool. So very interesting one. But yeah, if we're looking in the art sector, I don't want to butcher this name right here. Ninja, do you want to give it a go?
Yawanawa.
Thank you, bro. That was beautiful, man. Thank you, man. So the winds of now, oh god, I need to lick my lips for this one. The Winds of Yawanawa by Yawanawa and Refik and Anadol. They had a profit and loss of 600, just a little bit under 600,000, with an average profit at resale of 5,000, which is very interesting to look at. So, Pudgy Penguins was far the most profitable project for traders in October, with almost 700,000 in profit generated on resale, for a relatively low average profit of just 1,500. You got to get them little bags, man. You get your Pudgy Penguins, catch them little bags, man. That's healthy. I like that. Cool. The entire top 10 is made up of collectibles and art projects, as the virtual world segment, also called metaverses, is still reeling in from the speculative bubble that hit it hard. The gaming segment is also keeping a low profile, especially since the play to earn trend exhibited its limits in the course of 2021. Right. So I have a little opinion on this. I work quite heavily in the gaming space, and there's, AI is buzzing. AI and gaming, buzzing. It's going to be buzzing, and there's going to be a lot of integrations of other NFT projects with utility, with different use cases, collaborating with other projects that have utilities and use cases. We're going to see a lot of that in the next run. Just to let you guys know, heads up on that. There's a lot of really incredible things happening behind the scenes. Cool. And now let's have a look at the least profitable. Now let's see who's dropping off right here. Couple of utilities. Let's see. Yeah, you know what surprised me? This one right here. Nike's losing money. You know what surprised me? Takashi Murakami's losing money with Clone X. Bro, you seeing this? So Nike and Artifacts, they're losing money. You know what's funny? This loss isn't heavy, right? 70.
Yeah,
this loss
60,
is not heavy, right?
60 grand is nothing. They can bounce back from that easy.
No. But to be honest with you, this is of the traders, bro. So this is heavy, to be honest with you. But in terms of the company, this is not heavy for the company, right? They are willing to take these losses for the long term, perspective run. They have runway in terms of that. But if this is for the traders, bro, this is not good. This is terrible. 70K down on both of them. It looks like the same amount of numbers. Look at the numbers. 67, both of them 67. But yeah, the average loss of $60 with the Nike Dunk Genesis. I saw that drop and I was like, that's quite interesting, man. I might get me some dunks. I love my dunks, man. I love dunks. But I ended up not getting it. So it's good to know that, I'm not hitting that $60 loss right now. But you never know, man. Over time, speculations. This could be, part of history, part of X, Y, and Z, which could have, this is the loss at the moment, That's what we're looking at right now. But yeah, it's very interesting to me to see that these big projects with big names, Nike, Clone X, Artifacts, are hitting these losses, man. And it just goes to show, D Gods as well. My God, look at D Gods. Oh man, Oh man, that's depressing, man. Sorry, man, that hit hard, man. I knew a couple of D God guys back in the day. Yo, that hit hard, man. But basically,
No, you know what?
um,
I actually love like the D Gods team. They're super dope. Like the way they just like show their face and
uh,
then like do these like
yeah,
NFT podcasts and stuff, always trying to do something
for
creative. I
sure.
don't know if financially like I'm not invested in the project at all, but I
Yeah,
have consumed like a few of their like D God founder what is it like NFT podcasts and stuff. They seem like really ambitious guys, I can't lie.
well,
Seem like they're
numbers don't
real.
lie, my friend. Numbers don't lie, man. So this is another thing that is very important to understand. So we're looking at dead weight, right? So there's projects out there, they're promising things. They're saying I'm the next big one. They're sending you your pitch deck. They're sending you some artwork. The 3D digital assets are looking amazing. This project looks like the next thing. It's the future. But if you're looking at this chart right here, you can actually see that the NFT sales and distribution of that liquidity going through projects, yeah, is majority basically hitting around about 60%, 65%, hitting about 65%, 1 to 10 sales in the project, right? And if you're the cream of the crop, coming up here, you know, top hitting top ranges, 90%. This region here, you're hitting 11 to 100 sales, right? And this is 100 sales and more at the top, cream of the crop. So as you can see, projects are hitting dead weight, right? Evident to the actual conditions. But even a year ago, there's a lot of dead weight. And as you can see, from a year ago, right, to a month ago to now, roughly around about now, um, this dead weight is basically increased slightly, and also the cream of the crop, right? The cream of the crop is gotten a lot smaller as well over the year. So what this basically means is they're building people that are building businesses don't have a clue on how to generate the right sales and get the right liquidity and actual people interested in buying, continuing to incentivize the user base, continuing to make them interested and keeping user retention, etc. And this is why there's a lot of dead weight in the market, which is quite interesting to see. So the number of projects with over 100 sales per month halved October 2020 to 23 from 2,200 to just 1,100. On the other hand, the number of projects with low sales from 1 to 10 per month remained broadly stable around 8,600 projects. And this was a type of monthly volume. Yeah. So between September and October, there was 500 additional projects and at least one sale representing a 5% increase in volume. So surprisingly, the number of projects with large sales in volumes is down sharply on the last year, but at the same time, it seems like that small projects with small volumes have not been totally abandoned by buyers, and their share has been even gradually increased over the months. So this is quite interesting to see. So small projects with small volumes have not been totally abandoned, and the buyers are still gradually increasing, which is quite interesting to see. But yeah, there is a lot of dead weight in the market. So conclusions. Let me just quickly go through these bits. Okay, cool. So I think I'll do my own little conclusion and run through. But basically, in my opinion, throughout the markets, we're seeing very strange wash trading happening. Very large sales happening in projects that they shouldn't be selling at them prices. Average prices are looking at under 2 grand, selling for 2 million. There's people that are offshore, essentially offshoring and distributing their funds. There's companies that are out here that are building out their projects that look like they have a lot of user base, but there's a lot of dead weight. It's good to see that there's smaller projects in the NFT space that are building and having users that are in it for the long term, basically hodling on the project, buying more collectibles over time. What we've been seeing in the space as well is Ethereum, of course, dominating. And one thing that is very notable, I think, from today as well is Coinbase and Base minting out more NFTs than Ethereum and pushing that out. So I think that there's going to be a lot of interesting things to come from them. And we should be keeping our eyes out to see what projects are minting and what new things are coming. And I think that, yeah, in my opinion, the marketplace and the market as a whole is quite terrible. We're looking at the market looking to pick up quite heavily as well. In recent times, obviously Bitcoin halving. I'm hearing a lot of stuff popping off in April as well in terms of the markets. So I think gearing up into that, understanding where the market is at currently, understanding what projects are doing well, where people are at, is important for the next run. But also,
can I just say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just connecting to my Coinbase wallet, and I just got like a notification. I think it's just a plus to just, underline what you were saying. And between the 4th of November and the 10th, like 16,000 people just minted for 2 different NFTs between like 6 days.
There you go. And what were those 2 NFTs?
So one was Everscore commemorative, and the other one was I don't know. I need to go and check what it was, but it was like 10,000 people plus.
There you go. Do your own research, guys. When you read these reports, they don't lie. As you can see, real time. You do your own research. You start finding some stuff.
Coinbase, because I was curious, and just came out.
There you go. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, Emmanuel. So yeah, any questions from anyone before we wrap up? I know we're getting to the time now. Ninja, anything you want to add, or do you want to just go straight to questions?
No. Let's take any questions, any answers.
Yeah.
I'm off to the gym after this.
I've got an observation. I remember in 2021, 2022, a lot of NFT projects were actually using NFTs to raise capital. I just clocked that. Crazy.
Got away with. Listen, bro, don't even get me started on that, man. Don't even get me started on that.
That's the finesse. But at the time, I didn't realize.
There was projects raising on tokens as well, bro. And bro, there's projects that were raising on tokens where projects just literally, they just saw what was trending. There's people that literally, this is their business. They see what's trending. Then they go and make a pitch deck. Then they go to investors, and then they make the team and stuff, and then they sell the tokens, and then they just don't do anything. And then they go and make another company when something else is trending. Go and rinse and repeat. There's people that do that, and
this
that's dying out.
This is what you need to look at with the NFT, right? So just to iterate, the global markets peaked on the global stock market and crypto market peaked around 8th, 10th November 2021. Obviously, whales cashed out, and NFTs continue to boom all the way till summer 2022. There's more injection in crypto companies in 2022 than there was in 2021. Blockchain, Web3, to be more correct. In 2022, during the NFT boom, the average price for an NFT was 0.04 Ethereum, right? 0.04. So at $2,000 Ethereum, that's $80 in NFT. At $3,000 Ethereum, that's $120. Think about this. Anybody in the world can upload an NFT. It's not difficult. Like it's literally as difficult as selling something on eBay. So most NFTs are worthless, right? Before, what we have to accept when you buy an NFT is convert the price to fiat currency, right? Just use your logic. Convert the price to fiat currency at present, and convert the price to fiat currency in terms of like where ETH is going, right? So ETH is $2,000 right now. Future price prediction $7,000, $8,000, something like that, right? So if you buy an NFT today at 0.1 Ethereum, that's $200. Think that $200 can be $800 in the future, and just ask yourself, is this worth that price? Most of the time, the answer is fucking no. It's not worth the price, right? It's
And
just not worth the price.
and the answer is, hold on,
the-
Ninja.
the-
The answer is this is not financial advice. This is just Ninja's opinion.
Yeah. The answer, the logical, non-financial, natural advice is, it's not worth it. So you have to ask yourself, like, if it's not intrinsically worth the price you're paying, are you just speculating the price is going to go up? That is how NFTs are. It's people overly complicate asking, are NFTs dead or NFTs worth it? That's literally like asking, is a car worth it? Is a t-shirt worth it? Like, it's so
Yeah.
subjective. It's actually a stupid question, right? And it's not stupid,
Yeah.
so I don't think it's stupid. It's a misinformed question to even say, are NFTs dead or NFTs worth it or not? No, it's not about NFT being dead or worth it. It's just you understanding this is an extremely speculative digital asset with any price that is illiquid, because you can't just sell an NFT. It's not like crypto, right? So yeah, that would. I think people overly complicate what an NFT is, and people should accept that it is extremely just a speculative investment where, you could buy an NFT and then nobody ever buys it off you, and
100%.
that's the kind of
That's what
investment.
Ninja.
Yeah.
I do got to shoot, bro. So I'm gonna wrap it up here, man.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. For sure, man. If anyone's got a question or whatever, Tanashi, Manuel, Dublin,
Salute,
have a
guys.
quick chat before I go to the gym.
Yeah, me Fadlan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my question is around NFT, because I'm not really invested in them. And I think last time I had a conversation and you talked about buying NFTs and then using that capital to then buy crypto or buying coins. So that's what I want to get into, just to like leverage, essentially.
Okay, I think to just simplify what you're saying, yes, I do invest in some NFTs with the intention of selling them for more crypto than I bought them for. So, undervalued NFT collections. For me, if I would look at, so there's like a layer of blue chip NFTs, right? So blue chip is in like accepted NFT collections that people kind of accept amongst a general consensus. It is a general consensus and not financial advice, not by any kind of like mathematical metric. There's blue chip NFTs such as like Bored Apes, and then there's like Gary V Friends, and there's like Pudgy Penguins. And the cheapest collections from these are quite expensive. So like Gary V, I'm sure everyone knows who Gary V is. If you don't know where you've been. He's been on the internet for like 20 years, right? But Gary V has done an NFT collection called V Friends. Even at this bear market, V Friends are expensive. They're like 1 or 2 Ethereum. So most people are priced out. So where's it affordable? V Friends version 2. Right? Pudgy Penguins, most of those, which is a blue chip NFT project, out too expensive for most people. I think they're like 3-4 Ethereum. So what can you do? You can get like the version 2s. So have a look at blue chip projects, right? So like Bored Ape, V Friends, Pudgy Penguins. Look at their cheapest assets. They're usually too expensive for the average person. By too expensive, just because you have the money doesn't mean you can afford it, right? What do I mean by that? To justify having a $2,000 NFT, you should have a 6-figure net worth and a 50 grand crypto portfolio plus, right? Not exactly, but just not financial advice, but you shouldn't be overexposed to an NFT. So without giving away my crypto portfolio, I have a larger crypto portfolio than most people. So I can afford to have a certain exposure in NFTs that most people it doesn't make sense for them to have that level of exposure. So what I would say with NFTs is only buy an NFT that you understand. I would look at V Friends because Gary V is going to do everything in his power to provide value to the NFT. which eventually, in theory, means that the price should rise back to the all-time high. If you look at charts of NFT, just treat it like a crypto chart, right? If NFT was here, it was up here, the current price is here, you speculate it's going to go back to all-time high and further, much like you buy altcoins. So look at blue chip NFT projects, specifically because I'm invested in, I understand, VeeFriends and Pudgy Penguins. The cheapest versions of those projects are probably too expensive for most people. I don't know what your net worth is. So I recommend people look at the version twos of blue chip projects. So not Bored Apes, not Mutant Apes, they're expensive. Maybe like Other Deed by Other Side. That's the metaverse land of Bored Apes. Or maybe like Bored Ape Kennel Club. They're like the dogs. They're cheap. I don't know if they're reasonably priced. But yeah, that's what I would say with regards to NFTs. Like, literally treat the NFT chart like a crypto chart. The price was here. The price was here. The current price is here. The current price is 7x, 8x, 9x from all-time high. NFTs price in Ethereum. So let's say, for example, the current price of VeeFriends right now, the cheapest VeeFriends you can get, VeeFriends version 2, is 0.1 Ethereum. The all-time high was 1.1 Ethereum. You speculate, not financial advice, that VeeFriends version 2 will go from 0.1 back up to 1 Ethereum, or you can sell the 0.1 Ethereum to 0.5. And that's how I would calculate flipping NFTs, much like I'd flip altcoins, but you count it in the currency of crypto, not in the currency of dollars. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for that, man. I need to do more research, to be fair.
I would 100% look at NFTs as a speculative way to increase your crypto, not a speculative way to increase your pound sterling. Because when you start counting NFTs in dollars, it just doesn't make sense. Like you got to count it in the crypto that it's sold in.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, man.
No problem, bro. Check out VeeFriends. VeeFriends version 2. Yeah. Like, you know who Gary V is, right?
Yeah, of course.
So you can understand why VeeFriends NFT collection would make sense from Gary, and he's got loads of content about it on YouTube.
Cool. So V2, yeah, cool.
Yeah, VeeFriends. Well, like I said, VeeFriends is good if you can get one, but they're even at the current cheapest price. I think they're 1 Ethereum each, and they used to be like 7 or 8. So unless you have 10 Ethereum, I don't think you should spend even 1 Ethereum on your entire NFT portfolio. Think about this, right? Like, whatever the size of your crypto portfolio is, in my opinion, less than 10% of it should be in NFTs. So I'm going to break something down very easily. So let's say someone's got a net worth of £100,000. In my opinion, if your net worth is £100,000, your crypto exposure should be less than 50%, right?
Yeah.
Because that'd be crazy. So let's say someone's got £100,000 and their crypto exposure is £30,000. Their NFT exposure should be £3,000. Something along those lines. Do you know what I mean? Like, if your crypto portfolio is worth 10 grand, and like 70% of it is in Ethereum, don't put 3.5 grand in NFTs. Like, that's crazy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
You're right.
the opportunity of NFTs is extremely large, because if the Ethereum price of something, of an NFT collection that you're very confident have done studies on, is 10x from the Ethereum price, for example, all-time high is 1 Ethereum, current price 0.1, fiat-wise, you could be doing 40x. Does that make sense? That's the high risk, high reward of NFTs. They're higher risk, but potentially higher reward than crypto.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Does that hypothetical maths make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. I get you.
Sick. All right. Anything else that you want to clear up, or is the math? Is it making sense? You know what I mean? Is it connecting?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Badland. No thanks.
Perfect. All right, Blackson, Dubbin, what are you saying, man? Then.
No, I think it was really interesting to hear, because as I told you privately some time ago, like I definitely want to invest, but like probably crypto will be, NFTs will be something that I look into the future more than now, because like now, like I want to be able to get some assets that are more tangible than than these ones, I say.
100%. What I would say NFT is important for now, right now, is everyone just becomes NFT educated. Because when you're NFT educated, when the opportunity presents itself that makes all the sense to you, when a brand that you really understand, let's just take what's the food place? Vapiano, right? Vapiano, cool. So I don't go to
Like,
Vapiano. Sorry, go on.
yes, the thing is, sorry if I interrupted, is exactly like my idea is like maybe collect NFTs that give me assets, not access to, you know, certain utilities or certain things. For example, I don't know, an NFT that will make me, I don't know, go to an hotel like the one that you explained before, have a tour into the hotel, or an NFT that gives me a certain, you know, a certain benefit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah. If that's what you're more interested in, me, I'm gonna be honest. I'm more interested in buying NFTs to sell back for more crypto. That's my goal. I'm mainly in NFTs. Most NFTs that I hold are there to be flipped.
Yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, of course, literally all utility, everything is going to be through NFT technology, regardless. But again, the thing that I urge everyone to do right now is become familiar with NFT technology. So when the real opportunity presents itself, so I'm going to use Vapiano as an example, random example. I don't eat there, but let's say somebody went to Vapiano and that's their favorite restaurant. That person would understand the value of Vapiano NFTs.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just about educating yourself, and you shouldn't rush to buy anything that you don't understand. It's not the bull market, and you can't just buy like a silly picture and then just flip it. Like the fact that people actually thought that that is a viable thing that would last a long time. I literally told all NFT people are flipping pictures, this is gonna last like 6 months. And then the whole opportunity. So rinse opportunity. I'm not saying you shouldn't rinse opportunities, but right now it's not a market to be flipping pictures, and I don't know if that market's going to come back. Because it was stupid anyway. Dublin, let's wrap up with you, man. Doing overtime on
Yeah,
this
we
one. Friday
yeah
night
we saying
trenches.
you right, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
powerful
What are you saying?
content.
Are you still in America?
No, I'm back in UK now.
Sick.
Back from back. So back to
How's
normal
America,
time.
man?
It was lit, bro. Sick. I had a
I
real
love
eye
sick.
opener. Met a lot of people. Met a lot of positive vibes. A lot of energy. Had a lot of energy to people there. Hustling, the hustle mentality is mad. So mad
Yeah,
hustle.
they get down
They're
with
on
it,
their
don't
hustle.
they?
Dude, they do. I can't lie. They do get down, bro. It's a healthy competition, though. It's healthy competition
Mm.
still. Can't lie. Um, nah, the NFT stuff is it's mad. It's powerful. Like obviously, I
Have
like how you
you have
say
you
them.
have you got any NFTs yet or not yet?
Yeah, of course, like your ones. I got your Shokan Sound one, and I got this one called Astro Babies. Um, yeah, this one more of a long term. Just trying to hold. I'm gonna try and sell that one in the bull run, and then I still need to
Okay.
work out how to flip. I'm still trying to learn how to flip NFTs.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a different graph. Oh, anyone watching this, make sure you grab Shuriken Sounds NFTs. We've got a few free ones, and we're confident that come the next bull run, they're gonna be selling. So me personally, I don't feel the need to like give loads of people utility for my NFTs because they're free. That's my baseline argument of like, why would you not just get it? Because eventually the utility is gonna drop. And if you know me, like it'll be valuable in the future. Um. All right, Dublin Tanashi, Blackson, thank you very much for being here. Hopefully, you guys can join us again. Mondays, we do the game, stocks and crypto, deep dives. Fridays, NFTs. Sundays, we do charts. Sundays, I'm letting everyone know that Sundays is the most slept on show because that is the money show. That's the non financial advice money show where I actually show actual trades. And there's been times, aka Sunday the 15th of October, I called out Hex, and then I did 2.8x on my Ethereum in 1 week. So how much Ethereum did I put in? That's the secret. If I put in 1, that means I cashed out 2.8. You know what I mean? But yeah. You guys, I'll see some of you guys on Sunday. Take
You
care.
see me on Sunday.
Speak soon. Bye
All
bye
right,
bye
see you
bye
soon.
bye. Take care.